Hey yo gamers, I bet you didn't expect to click this video and get farted on, but that's not why you're here, is it? You clicked on this video because you want to learn how to spin cast like a pro. What is spin casting? Well, I'm going to talk all about that in today's video. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already, and come over to Twitch to join us. We're always playing Vecna, we're always having fun. We are currently on a 160 Vecna win streak at the time of recording this video, so very intense, very fun. You're more than welcome to come and join us. Let's jump into the video. Spin casting. Okay, spin casting on Vecna, I think, is something that doesn't have a lot of exposure. I don't think I've seen it on YouTube. I don't think I see many other Vecnas do it. I'm yet to see it, in fact. So I think when it comes to spin casting, I wanted to break it down just a tiny bit with the clip that we got from yesterday's stream. So it's going to be nicknamed the spin cast, okay? So I've got this clip and I've got it on normal speed right now. So if we just watch this real quick, you can see here, we do this, right? Now, obviously in fast speed, this is going to seem very, very quick. Almost like, what the hell? Okay, so let me break it down. And to break it down, I've produced a slow-mo version of it, right? So this time, we can go into slow motion and watch just a little bit clearer on what I do as we break this down for you. So what happens is, I flick into the position. I am basically predicting where they're going to be by flicking to this position, okay? So you'll see this now in the first swing. So we've lined the skeletons up perfectly on Renato, right? And then we trigger them and we spin back in the second segment, right? Which executes him onto the ground and he's done for. Now, you might be asking, well, why would you do this and why does it matter? And does it act differently if you don't have the iridescent book of Vile Darkness? Well, the reason I do this, and I try and do this quite often in DBD, isn't to try and also look flashy. Demon Slayer. Keep it flashy, okay? It's not that, but it's because we are trying our best to confuse the survivors in any given situation, okay? So, if a survivor sees me staring at them, and they see me raise my hands, and they wait for the sound cue, they are probably, if they know decent counterplay, they will know that I'm about to, fire my skeletons, right? It gives them, a warning that it's coming, and we don't want that to be a thing. If survivors know that we're going to do it, they're much more likely to be able to counterplay it. So, to work around that, it might look flashy, but we spin and we actually turn our backs to the survivor. So you've got to think of it from the survivor POV right now. They actually see me looking away from them, so they don't see what's coming, right? Even if they hear the sound, their visual is deceiving because I'm not looking at them. We're actually spinning around away from them, firing the skeletons exactly where they are, and then spinning back, which creates this confusing kind of moment where the survivor's kind of like, shit, and then they kind of just drop, right? Now, the reason this also works without the iridescent book, in fact, it probably works better without the iridescent book in terms of deception, because they think throughout the trial that you can crouch those skeletons because you don't have the iridescent book of Vile Darkness. However, by doing this and turning your back to the survivors, you are fooling them into thinking that you're not actually going to do something and that you're just spinning around. So it creates that little bit of a moment that confuses the survivor, and it's much more likely that they won't go and crouch and try and duck your skeletons. In fact, they'll be more bothered about what the hell you're doing in the moment as opposed to actually trying to counterplay you. That's how you confuse them. So yes, it's very, very clear. Thank you, Mercy. I'm so glad you guys know. But that's basically me breaking down spin cast. It's very quick. You can still do this on controller. You just have to be comfortable running your controller sensitivity quite high to be able to do it. It takes practice. Again, it might be easy on mouse and keyboard for someone that's practiced it a lot and knows exactly how to spin and do that, but you can definitely work towards it and accomplish it on controller as well. So it's not just a mouse and keyboard thing. You can totally do it. It just takes quite a little bit of time to learn. You can also do this in custom games. You can go in with bots and try and circle them around a pallet, and when they're about halfway and they're about going through the pallet, then you can try do it. Obviously, I'd recommend trying to learn it with the Eerie book first, just so that you can learn the positioning and getting that instant shot on them. But then when you've got this into your muscle memory, you'll quickly be able to turn this into a really good considerable threat attack, even without the iridescent book. It's enough to throw them off. Basically, what we're doing in a nutshell is We are confusing the survivor by turning our body away from them, not into them, so that even if they hear the sound prompt, visually it doesn't make sense, but before they can react, it's too late and we've already done the damage. And that is why I'm coining it the spin cast, and I hope it catches fire, chat. I hope it catches fire. That is exactly what I am trying to accomplish in teaching people. It might look flashy, it certainly does look flashy, but it does also serve a purpose in confusing survivors and catching them off guard. Spincast. Spread it out and wide. Go far and wide, chap. Yes. Come on, Sable, I've come for you. Oh yeah. There are many different ways to play Vecna, and the way I play him is through a hyper-aggressive playstyle, where I'm unpredictable and I'm always keeping survivors second-guessing, or at least to the best of my ability. This incorporates a lot of mind games, spanceling, spin casting, and all those sort of stuff, just to catch survivors off guard and keep them guessing. As you know, survivors will hear a sound cue when you go to use your skeletons, and any wise survivor is going to crouch before they know that you've got the iridescent book of vile darkness. If they find that out, then obviously the counterplay changes, and it's much less about ducking and more about weaving in between the bigger gaps now through the skeletons. So the best thing you can do is delay that and try and trip them up by spanceling or by spin casting. I do admit that this is kind of an advanced tech, but if you're serious about learning and mastering Vecna, this is something I would try and learn. I obviously operate on mouse and keyboard. I'm very used to doing flicks and things like that. I flick a lot with Vecna when it comes to his skeletons and whatnot. I think it's really fun and addicting, and it offers me a very unique play style on him. However, you can still do this on controller. You just need to be very comfortable playing at higher sensitivity, and you need to learn the exact path before you can do it. As long as you stick to it and you put in the time and effort, you can do it. Don't be discouraged by it just because you see me do it on a mouse and keyboard. It's definitely something you can do. I do hope you enjoyed the video segment today. I know I recorded it live on stream, but I'm always transparent with my community. We have such an amazing time. We're always farting on survivors. We're always causing mayhem, and it's a great time. So if you haven't already, please, again, come on over to Twitch. We'd love to have you. We've made loads of new friends this year just simply by putting our videos on YouTube and people finding us live over on Twitch. It's an amazing time. I really appreciate you guys, and I would really love to be able to hit Twitch partner eventually, just so I can continue making amazing content for you giga fucking ass gamers. I love you guys. I appreciate all the love. Thank you. W's in chat. Take it easy, and we'll see you next time.